All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Phillies episode. I am 54 games into the season, so since we're at the 1/3 point, I figured it'd be a good time to update. You can see here the Phillies 35 and 19, one game out of first place, and we are first place in the wild card, 5.5 games up on the second place Cards. We're 9-1 in our last 10, and we're on a 7-game winning streak. All looks really good here. It's a little more interesting under the hood. We'll take a look deeper, but we've banked 35 wins 1/3 of the way through the season. That's a good thing. And expanded standings wise, we're 6 wins up on our Pythagorean win expectancy, with just a plus 17 run differential. And that's because we're 6-0 in extra inning games. We're 12-4 in 1-run games. So we've had a lot of good luck there, a lot of good fortune there. And I'm not sure that it's really sustainable as this club is performing right now, but we've done it so far. So I'm going to go and show you a couple trades I made. And as you know, I am limiting myself to the trade rule that my Patreons voted on. And they are allowing me only trade block players this season. That's all I can bring in. I'm already kind of regretting it looking at the team. And I've made, obviously I've made a couple exceptions. Like done a couple minor league things. I brought in one minor leaguer, but in terms of the major league roster, I can only bring in trade block players. So it's really limited my ability to improve this team so far. But I've made 2 trades, and let's see, there weren't any huge major league trades. I mean, John Gray got traded to the Reds, but there weren't any blockbusters. Haniger got traded. So the trades that I made so far are both bullpen trades. You can see here I brought in Matt Barnes from the Red Sox. They retained 35%. I gave up Tyler McKay, who was a 23-year-old A-ball pitcher that I didn't really see a future for in my organization. And Jonathan Hughes, who's a reliever, same thing. I don't see either of these guys really becoming major league pieces for me. So Matt Barnes is in for the rest of this year. And then I also made a trade with the Rockies. I brought in Daniel Bard. Liked that a lot because it was high movement. And as we talked about, I really like that in Phillies Park. And I also brought in a minor league reliever. I decided to allow myself to bring in this minor league reliever who also has high movement, and he's in Double-A for me right now. His name is PJ Poulin. He was an 11th round pick of the Rockies in 2018. And they gave up 2 more minor league pitchers. Billy Sullivan, the 4th. He's 22. He could grow in to a better pitcher than he is now, but I didn't really see a reason not to give him up. I don't like giving up a ton of pitching depth like this, but I didn't see any of these guys as pieces that were going to be on my roster eventually. You never know, though. When you give up young arms, they could always develop and become better. But I feel like we really needed the help in the bullpen. So those are the 2 trades I've made so far. And let's go ahead and get into some more of the stats. You can see we're really not great in many places. And it's another one of the reasons, as well as the run differential, of why I just don't know that our start is sustainable unless we start getting some better performances, bring in some help, etc. You can see we're 3rd in hits and we're 3rd in walks, which is great. It's great to get on base, but 9th in OPS. You can see we're 10th in home runs, and in home runs allowed, we are 13th. So, and I did adjust the park factors like I said I was gonna. So maybe it's still like the 3rd most homer-friendly park in the majors. So I don't know why there's that big drop-off, but maybe I'll adjust it back for next season. Maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. So we're good at base running too, but everything else is either kind of middle of the road in the NL in just about everything, or a little below average and stuff like OPS, slugging, so extra base hits. So not great there, but again, maybe that's the park factors. I don't know. Earned run average, we are 10th. Runs allowed, we're 10th. Starters ERA is 10th, 7th for bullpen. So again, below average in a lot of places. But we're also 8th in defensive efficiency, 9th in zone rating, so more below average stuff. BABIP, we're 10th, right around the same neighborhood. It's really hard to see how this team is 35 and 19 when you look at all this stuff, but we are. Let's see. So that's kind of the overview of the team. Now we'll get into the individual guys. I'm going to go ahead and sort by WRC plus. So Ronald Torreyes is leading the team in just 95 plate appearances, a part-time role, pinch hitter, but I'm going to have to start giving him more time because he's big time outplaying Gene Sakura. And a 130 WRC plus. And then Hoskins has been really solid. He's on pace for 24 homers, but his He's got a 120 OPS plus, on pace for almost 40 doubles. And Didi with a 126 WRC plus. Alec Boehm got off to a really hot start. He's cooled down a bit, but still good. He's got a 122 WRC plus. He's on pace for 36 homers. He's not striking out too much. So Boehm has been really good. Real Muto has been good. Andrew McCutcheon's been above league average. Oh, we don't need that pop up, do we? And Brad Miller and is a bench bat, and Roman Quinn. They've both been below average. I mean, that's fine for a bench player. You would like, especially in the National League, your pinch hitting options better than that, but Torreyes has really been carrying the load here. Gene Segura, like I said, has not been very good, and he's going to start losing time to Torreyes if he keeps struggling as he had. And then who is this guy down here? Bryce Harper with 0.3 WAR and 83 WRC plus. So he did miss 5 games because of a suspension. He charged the mound after he got hit. Boehm let off the game on the home run, and Harper got beamed and then charged the mound. But he's on pace for 144 games and 1 WAR. He's on pace for 6 home runs. He's walking less than he normally does. He's striking out more than he normally does relative to his career. His BABIP isn't bad. He's not getting BABIP too badly. But, I mean, just absolutely the worst season you could imagine from Bryce Harper so far. It's only been about 2 months, but, I mean, we're 1/3 of the way through the season, and Bryce Harper is on pace to hit 6 home runs, which, again, if there are other ways you can help your team other than home runs, but he is, he's 25% below league average according to OPS plus. And this is a guy who should be an MVP candidate. And that's why I'm hopeful that maybe we can sustain our record, because if Harper starts producing, then maybe this is our true record, our true talent level the rest of the way, a 648 winning percentage. Because the fact that we've been able to do that with Harper basically being a mediocre, below average player, bad player, really, is pretty remarkable. Jankowski in center, he started really hot and he's cooled off a lot. Neither him or Quinn is really a good enough option for us. And there hasn't been anybody available on the trade block to bring in or the waiver wire. Andrew Knapp, I need to replace him. He's just been absolutely miserable. I mean, negative 0.6 WAR in 70 plate appearances. That's hard to do. But his OPS plus is -1. So, again, I would love to upgrade center field and backup catcher. Obviously, some other positions too eventually. I just don't know if that's going to happen this season, probably the offseason. Pitching side of things, Aaron Nola's been really good. He is on pace for 5.9 WAR, 6.3 R WAR, 2.94 ERA, a 3.25 FIP. He's striking out dudes. He's not walking too many. He's not giving up many home runs. He's been really, really good. Matt Barnes has some of these stats that you saw on the last page with Philly. With us, he has thrown 11 innings. He hasn't allowed a run yet, and he's got a 2.68 FIP. Walking a little bit more than I'd like to see, 6.5 per 9. Strikeout to walk percentage is 18.6. Hasn't allowed a long ball yet, so need him to walk fewer dudes, but he's been good. Vince Velasquez has been good in the rotation. Chase Anderson out of the bullpen has been weirdly good. I don't really know what's fueling this, but he's striking out 11.8 guys per 9 out of the pen. So, cool. We'll take it. And let's see, Suarez has been solid. Zach Wheeler struggled for a while and you can see here, 4 of his last 5 starts have been good. But still, 1.6 WAR in 172 innings. We'd be looking for more from him. Not enough strikeouts, too many walks. Hopefully he'll get better. Daniel Bard, who we brought in, he's only pitched 5 1/3 innings for me so far. Just made that trade. Alvarado's been okay. 3.18 ERA, 3.35 FIP. We'll take it. Taylor Williams is a guy that, I claimed him off of waivers. Forgot about this dude. And he's been solid, I guess. 4.24 ERA, a FIP of 3. So his FIP has been much better than his ERA, but he's been fine. And, really, Zach Eflin has been a disappointment in the rotation. 5.96 ERA, 5.27 FIP. Walking, his strikeout to walk percentage is only 11.5. He's given up 1.7 homers per 9. So Matt Moore, he had a really good April and then has just really struggled in May. So the rotation has some holes. Coonrod has been fine. And Neris as the closer, he's got a 3.66 ERA, but he's got a 4.68 FIP. He's been fine. You see his last 5 appearances have been scoreless. He hasn't blown that many saves. So our WAR likes him more than just good old WAR. But so I'd like to make some changes in the bullpen, obviously, but that might not all be able to happen this season. But I think with Neris, Alvarado, Bard, Barnes, Bradley as your five, I think that's good. I think that's pretty solid. Wouldn't mind bringing in another lefty, but we'll see. Chase Anderson's been great in long relief, and just to show you kind of what's going on the trade block here. Let's see. So a couple interesting players, Rogers and Gossman. The Giants just added them this week, and I was looking. I mean, Rogers interests me because of this movement. Gossman, his movement is only 45, which doesn't interest me, but he's an obvious upgrade over Moore. He costs a lot of money, and the package they want for Gossman, they want a pretty sizable package for him, and that's what she said. And so I don't know. Gossman's one of my favorite pitchers in the majors. As an O's fan, I've loved him since they drafted him. Maybe I think I'm going to sit and wait on it for a little bit because bringing them in would eat up a lot of my available budget room. And I'm just not sure they're the final pieces yet. And I think I'll wait till I get close to the trade deadline. It could always run the risk that they get traded elsewhere and better options don't come out there. And since I can only stick to the trade block, that might cost me. But, this rotation is not good enough. Nola's the only guy who's really pitching great. Other guys have had good spurts. Moore and Eflin have struggled. Wheeler's been better, but don't love this rotation. So I'd love to bring in starter. I'd love to bring in a center fielder, backup catcher. We'll see what the trade block allows me to do. But that's where we're at now. We're 54 games in, 35-19. I mean, hopefully Phillies Nation is pretty excited and happy with me, even if I think it's a bit of a mirage. But hey, maybe Bryce will wake up and we'll keep this going. But I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching.